Introduction and then Eric.
Oh, there's your wife.
What are we doing here?
You're going to be quiet.
We're going to read a fable.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and
Oh!
gentle cars. Don't do that. All right. Everybody can hear me, okay? Yeah, my nervous. So, first of all, thank you everybody for coming, and I'd like to thank Mr. Brian Rollins and Anna Rollins for actually giving us this opportunity to get together. I didn't hear any wows in this, okay? So let's do it again. More applauses. Also, I'd like to say that we've got so many people here in general, and also for those of you who didn't come here last year, there's so many new faces compared to the last year. That's something too. So applauses to those people, to the new people now. And now I'd like to say something about the person who is in this room, and his name starts with the R, and it ends with the R, and there are like 5 letters in the name. Okay? So the next exercise that we've got together, and this will actually, let me tell you something. The whole exercise took about a year to come in and actually collect things around, and from daily work that we've done together, and it's a hard work. It's not. I was in charge of collecting that, but it was not my job to bringing this to me. It was everybody who's in the bullpen. Those of you who don't know what the bullpen is, please ask your neighbor that's standing right next to you. And so basically, we've collected some materials. Let's say you'll get a chance actually after we finish this whole thing. You'll get a chance to read this and get and have fun with the pieces of paper that we've got here, and actually Brian got it somewhere. And then Eric actually got a special exercise. He came up with a little story based on that material, okay? So why don't we just go ahead and get ourselves a little comfortable and have fun just by reading, and you know what to do, right?
I know what to do.
So here's the microphone.
Thank you.
Before Christmas.
So just to give you guys a heads up what we're doing here, Roger has a library of things that he likes to say during meetings or on the phone that could only be attributed to him. And Alex has done a very good job on keeping a record of what these things are.
And we call those Rogerisms.
Rogerisms, exactly. So we had this list, and it was decided by Anna and a few other people that it'd be very boring to just sit there and read them off one after another. So I got tasked with the job of turning it into a story. I didn't have time to write a story, so I took one that maybe all of you know, and I've kind of modified it to reflect the, we injected some interesting truths into it. Right. You can find half the story online at... So, go ahead and start reading it here. It's The Turtle and the Hare Retold. From a far-off land, neither here nor there, I bring you the fable of the turtle and the hare. Hare was very conceited, and thought that he was the most handsome animal in all of the forest. You could usually find him in some mirror saying, "I am so handsome. Look at my lovely long ears, pretty pink nose, and my beautiful buck teeth." He also thought he was the fastest animal in the forest. One day, Hare overheard a group of turtles talking. They say, "Cousin Roger has never lost a race. He always wins." "Ha!" scoffed Hare. "We'll see about that." He marched over to the group of turtles and said, "Everyone knows that I am the fastest animal in all of the forest. Tell your cousin Turtle I challenged him to the race." All of the turtles were against the challenge. Roger the turtle walked up in the middle of the hubbub, took one look at Hare and grumbled, "That hare, too cute to be good." All of the turtles were aghast at the challenge. The group of turtles discussed, argued really. Each one had something different to say. "We can't win this," bellowed Brian, a particularly loud turtle. "It's ping-pong ball in a room of mousetraps. We are but a company tweaking the hairs of Goliath." "I disagree with Brian," another younger, very beautiful turtle named Joni replied, who fancied Roger quite a bit. She said, "Let's use our uncommon sense. This race is an unfolding flower for the turtle team, and we're interested in every petal." Brian shot back, "Throw some more common sense into it, will you, Joni? They're going to whoop us, and I doubt the whip will be coated in every coated in velvet." Roger, getting very protective of Joni, replied, "Brian, why don't you use your ears and your mouth in the proportion they were given to you?" "Geez," said Brian, "do I have a piece of bacon wrapped around my neck?" Brian replied, "I just don't want this race to give the turtles any embarrassment." "Brian's right," said an older, wiser turtle. "We're chasing the horse in the middle of the stream. There are better ways for us turtles to prove our superiority over hares. Winning this race is not one of them. Instead, it's like fitting a giraffe into a doghouse." "But friends," said Joni, "aren't you all tired of living in the dark, feeling like a mushroom?" Brian shot back again. "We are but a small team, 5 mules, a workhorse, and a mule skinner. That's me. Once Roger starts losing, you can start cataloging your embarrassment, and Bob's your uncle." "What?" everybody replied, very confused. "Nothing," said Brian. Roger looked back at Joni and Brian and thought to himself, hard to get along with him, but she hangs the moon. And so the debate continued, and you can be sure that one turtle named Alex was taking notes the whole time. Eventually, all the turtles, and some reluctantly, agreed to let Roger race against this arrogant hare. Brian knew it was all smoke and mirrors at this point, and he needed to clarify the strategy before he couldn't see through the smoke in the smoking room. The next day, Roger met Hare in the clearing. He said, "Hello, I am Roger the Turtle. Are you ready to race?" He knew it was very important when speaking to hares to have a soft voice, carry a big stick. Hare answered with a laugh, "Of course I am, because I am the fastest animal in all of the forest. Prepare to eat my dust." Under his breath, Roger replied, "I'd be happy to find out what color the sawdust between your ears is." Hare scoffed, "You're going to do this all in 3 hours? You're going to have horse apple." Roger and Hare lined up. Joni held up the flag in the air and said, "On your mark, get ready, set, go." The group of turtles looked at each other nervously just as Roger and the hare got out of earshot. Brian grumbled, "We just launched a Swiss cheese submarine. Tomorrow, we're going to have to patch the holes." Hare took off and left Roger in a cloud of dust. And meanwhile, Roger never wavered from the race. He kept on going at a steady pace. Hare looked behind and saw that he was far ahead of Roger. He decided it was time to take a little break, so he stopped at the side of the road and pulled out a mirror. He said, "Just look at me. I'm so handsome. Not a hair out of place." As Hare admired himself, he saw another reflection in the mirror. It was Roger. Hare laughed and said to himself, "Look at Roger trying so hard. It's hilarious to watch the best laid plans of mice and men and tortoises." Roger never wavered from the race. He kept on going at a steady pace. He yelled, "Oh no, I gotta go," and took off faster than a tornado. Hare ran for a while, and then he looked behind and saw that he was way, way ahead of Roger. There was no sign of Roger at all, actually. Hare decided that it was time for a little nap. He sat down by the side of the road, under the shade of all the tall trees, and began to snooze. Meanwhile, Roger never wavered from the race. He kept on going at a steady pace. Hare woke up just in time to see Roger approaching the finish line. Hare yelled, "Oh no, I gotta go!" And he took off faster than lightning. But it was too late. Although Hare was close behind, Roger crossed the finish line. Roger won the race by just a hair, you see. All of the other turtles gathered around Roger, very proud. Brian and Joni were the first to greet him. Brian looked at Roger with a smile and said, "I learned how to swallow an elephant today, one bite at a time." "It was a team effort, Brian," said Roger. "You pushed me to overcome my fears, and you were a big reason I won." "Yes," said Brian. "This team is proactive in keeping the multiple plates spinning. We all know performance sometimes can bring us very juicy bugs, but this time, slow and steady won the race." He smiled again. "You are, Roger, a pro at burning both ends of the candle." Hare naturally was devastated, and the reception at the finish line from his other rabbit friends was much different than Roger's. Joni noticed the group of rabbits teasing Hare. "Poor Hare," she said. "He looks like he was thrown into a locked room with a bunch of orangutans." All because he'd shown up to the party at the finish line without a cake. The turtles had a good laugh. Roger never wavered from the race. He kept on going at a steady pace. And look at Roger now. He makes more money than God. The end. Yeah. So,
We recognized quite a few.
yes.
You're trying to get his face there, Roger.
Every time he said one of these zingers, somebody wrote them down. And we just didn't know what to do with all of them. Yeah, Alex was going to read it, but he sent me a page worth and was surprised the story was more than a page, so I read it. But, yeah, you keep it entertaining. Yep. And,
Very good.
yep. Round of applause for all of you. Thanks, guys.
I think you recognize a bunch of Brianisms in there.
Sure about that one.
Not
Yeah, the smoking mirrors for sure.
It's helping us interviews.
Okay, I'm holding in my hands some materials, the raw material that anybody would like to get familiar with and use in the regular life, and maybe in some meetings, crank up some people out and stuff. So I've got it right here. Okay, so just don't hesitate to come to me, and I'll give it to you. Okay. Thank you, Eric.